AJ McKee's crowning moment finally arrived in the Bellator 263 main event on Saturday. He finishes Patricio Pitbull by technical submission in the very first round to win the featherweight Grand Prix and become the new featherweight champion in Bellator. Just an unbelievable effort by him. Very patient coming out, lands a huge head kick that hurts Pitbull, and then is ultimately able to lock on a guillotine choke that stops the fight. Just a huge win for McKee. Everything he's been working towards for so long. He is such a great story. The fact that he comes from a fighting family, the fact that he started his career in Bellator and has built himself all the way up until this point. I think Bellator definitely has a big star on their hands in McKee, and he is looking more and more legit as the real fights and real contenders, real high-level opponents come his way, and I think we just need to see more and more of this. I think he is going to be the face of Bellator as long as they can keep him around, and that right now is the big question that is looming, and one that I think is definitely going to play a role into what comes next for him after this title win. From everything McKee has said previously, he has just one fight left on his contract, now extended, I believe, to 3 fights because it has a champions clause, and still there's a lot of different things that could go behind the scenes here. They're going to play into McKee's future, but I think you have to let him continue to have the ball rolling and what has kind of been written in his words leading into this fight, and that is that he wants to move up to lightweight and rematch Pitbull and try to take that belt from him too. If you're Pitbull, the way this fight went, maybe a risky endeavor. I don't know how keen he's going to be want to run this back right away. Maybe he's going to be really eager to avenge this loss. We'll have to see where he stands on that front, but definitely to go from 2 belts to none in the span of 2 fights and the way that went, that may be a big roll of the dice for Pitbull coming out of this fight. If you're McKee, you most definitely push for that. You want a second title. You want to continue this legacy of greatness and put yourself in the position Pitbull was here. To me, a rematch is still infinitely more captivating than a lot of the other directions Bellator could go right now with McKee. I know someone like Mads Burnell had a great win in the co-main event, and there's some other featherweights out there that could perhaps make for a good fight, but in terms of what you have with McKee right now, I think you need to put him in the biggest fight possible, and just something like that seems like a bit of a step back at this moment. I think a rematch with Pitbull is the appropriate way forward. We can officially have the passing of the torch if that does happen and he wins again, and then we'll see where McKee stands. There could be some interesting new fights for him at 155 afterwards. So we'll have to see where everyone involved in this situation wants to go. But if you're AJ McKee and if you're a viewer of Bellator, this fight had so much attention on it, I think the most logical move is to run it back.